It's date night, but I just got an email notification from Best Buy that my order is ready to pick up. I thought it wouldn't be available till tomorrow, but it's available now.
That is it right there. I got a drone.
Welcome back to another video. So glad to have you. My name is Austin Edgar, and if you're new here, this is my golden year. And today, we're gonna do a bit of a deep dive into what I'm doing to be disciplined. Let's start with the absolute basics. Discipline can be defined as orderly or prescribed patterns of behavior, or even more simply, self-control. And that is exactly what I'm going for. I want to be able to control myself and prescribe patterns of behavior for me to engage with that ultimately will lead to accomplishing things I hope to become and achieve. My overall goal is to become a man of substance. So the question for me has been, how am I going to apply discipline to become whole, or to become a man of substance? Substance and wholeness go hand in hand. To be substantive is to be whole, and to lack substance is to be empty or partial. When I think about wholeness, I think about my health, and I think about what it might look like to be holistically healthy. I'm going to define holistic health into 5 categories. The first is physical health, mental health, emotional health, relational health, and then spiritual health. You might define it differently than that, but that is the lens through which I am applying my discipline to those 5 categories. So just to give an overall summary of what I just said, maybe in more linear terms, becoming a man of substance equals becoming whole. Becoming whole, or being whole, is no different than being holistically healthy. And being holistically healthy consists of these 5 categories. I recently came across a quote that puts into perspective the need for a goal and for the accompanying actions to that goal. I actually put the quote on the back of my computer here. It says this: "The goal of the winner is to commit to the actions. The goal of the loser is to commit to the goal." You see, in any example of sports or competition, everybody has the same goal. They want to win. But we both know there can only be one winner. What that says is that the goal isn't good enough. It takes action to achieve that goal. So I want to commit myself to the actions and the disciplines associated with the goals I've set for myself in each of these 5 areas of health. Physical health has 2 main actions. The first is that I am going to be spending 5 days a week doing exercise. Right now that's 3 days in the gym, 2 days running. Over the course of the year, I have a goal to run a marathon. Towards that goal, my actions are going to change. I'll probably need to be running more than twice a week. The second goal is to be eating better food. I want to be eating fuel, not just food that tastes good, that actually isn't giving my body any nutrients. For mental health, the actions or disciplines that I have in place are to schedule and organize my week at the beginning of the week. For me, that's on Monday. I want to do that so throughout the week, my mental space can be organized and it can be clear. The second thing, or included in that, I'm wanting to spend more time talking to the people around me. If I'm waiting in line somewhere, or if I'm at the checkout counter at the grocery store, I want to actually engage with and interact with the people in front of me rather than just being on my phone or thinking about something else or standing there silently. It helps to engage my mind and it helps to engage relationally. Now, for my emotional health, one of the things that I'm doing is setting aside one day a week as a day of rest. This allows me to slow down. It allows me to become aware of how my emotions have maybe moved around throughout the week. I can take mental stock and emotional stock of where I'm at, and it gives me space to actually go through some of the mental and emotional effort that is required to deal with those emotions. I also want to add into that day things that are fun for me, time with friends, time with my family, and activities that aren't a burden. Now, the actions and disciplines associated with relational health are going to depend on my relational goal. Some of them have to do with my relationship with my wife, some with my friends, some with my family, etc., etc. But the ones that I have on a weekly basis are that I am committing to a date night once a week with my wife, and that I'm going to spend at least one night or one day a week with friends. Now, on a daily basis, I've committed to intentional time where I'm not distracted, where I'm not doing something else with my daughter. And finally, spiritual health. For me, this is probably the most important one. Everything else in my life falls into the spiritual category. For the last 10 years, I have been following Jesus, and ultimately, He is the biggest and most important thing in my life. For the sake of this video, I'm going to tell you about my actions. Every morning, I'm going to be waking up and spending time either reading my Bible, praying, journaling, connecting with God in some way. This allows me first thing in the morning to center myself on what is the most important and go and live the rest of my day through that mentality. If you are feeling absolutely inspired right now to take some action, I want to invite you to like and comment on the video, and third, subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot. Thank you. Now, there are a couple other things that I want to do this year that don't necessarily fit into one of these 5 categories. One of them is this YouTube channel. I'm committing to one video a week on this channel, so at the end of the year, that's 52 videos. I also want to complete a real estate investment deal. I've been really interested in real estate for a while now. This is something I've thought a lot about, and I'm putting the goal out there to get this thing done, at least one in the year 2023. And the last one I'll talk about is a really big one. Where am I going to find the time to do all of these things? When my life is full, I have obligations, I have responsibilities, I have a job, I'm here in my office. I want to wake up every day at 5 a.m. Right now, I am not doing that. And what I'm going to be doing from now until March 1st is in 2-week increments, I'm going to be bringing my wake up time back 30 minutes. Right now, I wake up at 7 a.m. It's not that early. But in a week and a half, I'm going to be backing it down all the way to 6:30. And then 2 more weeks, 6. And then 2 more weeks, 5:30. And finally, March 1st, 5 a.m. And hopefully that will give me enough time every day to do these things. Those are my activities and disciplines for the foreseeable future. And I want to ask you, what are yours? Do you know the goals that you have? Do you know the actions and disciplines required to accomplish those goals? If you don't, that's okay. I would invite you to spend some time figuring out what those are and then commit yourself to those actions.